Hey guys, welcome back to another, get this out of the way, fun-fueled episode of me being stuck at home with COVID. We're gonna do a little fucking helicopters. Okay, so now that that's passed, I was sent off the rig last week with COVID. Someone had brought it on. It was a person I worked close contact with. I subsequently caught COVID, and then for the past 10 days I've been stuck at home, dying. Despite having 2 vaccinations, it's still been pretty horrendous. However, starting to get on the mend now, so thought about, had plenty of time to think, alone with my thoughts. So I have been looking at motorbike bits, getting started with this project again, and yeah, it's been quite good. So one of the things that I thought, you know, something a bit easy, I've got this dreaded dizziness that seems to be difficult to shift and low in energy, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to just try and see what I can do. So I'm sat outside at my table, and I thought we could have a little look at the carbs that Gus has done. Gus from Mancave Makings had done my carbs. I'd stripped them, and then he did a much better job of masking them all off. So now I've got some nice ceramic coated carbs. We'll get some sexy close-ups, some B-roll. So I thought, you know what, let's get these carbs put back together, because pardon me, Jesus Christ, because I've been sat there for too long. And if it's one thing I can tick off my list that's easy, something that I've found quite recently with this build, just my own worst enemy, but the amount of stuff that I've decided to do has made it quite overwhelming for wanting to go out and start one thing. So I made a list, start with the easy things, get them ticked off, and they can start to progress to some of the other bits that are a bit more complex. So that's what I've started to do with these carbs. So you catch me at a point where I've got one of them together up to a certain point. Now these carbs are the Triumph BST36, I think, and they are they're meant to be an upgrade. They're meant to be an upgrade over the shitty old ones that come with the XS850 and 750. So we'll see. I've paid a bit of money for that. There's probably a bit of money invested in this. So one thing you do need to do is, from my experience of reading the forums, is change the jet. So the pilot jet, I think, should be a 40, which luckily mine's a 40 anyway. This is just to get baseline. Wherever you are in the world, it might change, but to get a baseline settings. And then the main jet, I think, was meant to be 125, so I've not bought that main jet yet. And I'm still waiting on some parts. So you can see on screen, I've ordered some nice, what do you call them, hose T-pieces, because the ones that come with the bike are this ghastly brown colour, which again, there's some B-roll, have a little look there, but I don't want to go to all this effort making these carbs look badass and then have these freaky shitty colour brown T-pieces. So I've ordered some brass ones. Hopefully they don't leak. We'll see. Same with all these things. They are a bit of an eBay special, which I tend not to like, but they were there, and if they complete the look, then we're on to a winner with that. So yeah, catch me at a point where I'm just going to reassemble these as far as I can until these bits arrive, and then I'll reassemble them later and get the final bit done. Gus has done a great job in this, so we'll have a little look. We'll do some B-roll, have a little look at the bits he's done. He's also done the starter motor, which looks damn good as well. Don't know if you can see that, but the starter motor, this ring has come out slightly. Again, I don't know if you can see that. I need to figure out what I'm doing with that, how to press it back in. I've tried putting it in a vise. There's a little pin that kind of keeps it seated, so I need to do a little bit more research on that as to what I'm doing with that starter motor. You need a starter motor rebuild kit. That starter motor wasn't working very well, so I just want to rebuild that as well, but that's £80 for a rebuild kit. But if it gets it up and running, then we're on to a winner, I guess, with that. So I'll roll some music. We'll get a couple of carbs assembled on speedy mode. I'm not gonna show you how to assemble these purely because I'm not sure I'm the expert for this particular carburetor. I think once I rebuild them a few times, once I try to get the thing tuned, I might have a look at that, but for the most part I'm just piecing together how it should go together from memory, and some guides I found online, which I'll put in the description as well. But yeah, enjoy guys. There's another fucking helicopter. Jesus Christ. Well, not shiny, Cerakoted. Oh man, Scottish weather. It's like beautiful sunshine 5 minutes ago. Oh well, let's try. I'm going to pay 20 quid for 4 bastarding O-rings. I'm going to use them. Seeing as it's now pissing with rain, voila, we can probably shit can their other carb. I'll do that inside. And we'll pick this up once those bits arrive later in the week, and we'll get these finished. Woo! Probably won't hear if they work or not, but that's going to be further down the line. But good thing to get crossed off. So, one nice thing just working with this, it's so tactile. This Cerakote that Gus has done. I'll see if I can get some details off him. Maybe even go over there and just have a little chat with him. I think he got some footage as well when he was getting the carbs done. So I'll see if I can pick that up as well. And yeah, we'll pick this up soon. Hey guys, back in the garage, feeling a little bit better. We're about, I think, 10 days since I shot that last video, so quick little task today. I say quick, this is probably the worst part of assembling carburetors, is joining them all up and making sure they're all synced and everything else. Especially with these ones, because we've got these fiddly little spring linkages to kind of connect them all together. It's not really you don't join them physically, it's just this little spring linkage, so they're going to be a little bit fiddly. I spent a bit of time trying to, ta-da, that really did nothing at all. Spent a little bit of time trying to get a good understanding of how they go together and everything else. So I think I'm pretty clear. The fiddly bits are these as well, getting these little butterflies back in. However, I have got oh shit, some nuts and bolts from Accu. Is it Accu company? Down south. Used to use a local company called Grampian Fasteners, but I was struggling to, I wasn't going to be able to pick them up when I had COVID, and I've not used them for a while. I think they were getting a bit shitty about small orders. So yeah, so we've got this from a company called Accu. So we'll get these reassembled. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I've been wrestling all morning with a 2-stroke. Rebuilt the carb and that, tried to get it started, and it just didn't seem to want to start. So can't be arsed, gonna do something fun instead, which is motorbike related. We'll get that chalked off, and then I've got a good few hours this afternoon to start looking at the rest of the bike. So yeah, load up a tune, we'll get time lapse going, and I'll try and remember how these go together. Here's an issue. The I had to drill these out last time, and there's still some debris in here, so I'm gonna clean that out. Wasps. Actually, the fucking hell, there's two of them. War is on. Also, this is a bit tight. Not well. Just it felt a bit rough, so I'm going to smooth it off, make sure I'm happy with it before I reassemble it. This could take a while. I'm not entirely sure that's in the right way. I think it needs to be flipped 180 degrees. I'm going to flip it 180 degrees. I probably should, I've not got a rebuild kit, and I took these apart like 5 months ago, so. And the video that I thought was good enough to take them apart ended up just being me doing loads of stupid shit in between, so yeah, interesting. I think that's right actually, now, because you push forward, when normally you push down and the carbs opens up. I think what I'll do is, I will reassemble them, and then once I'm happy, I'll take the screws out and put thread lock on them, so that they don't rattle themselves in and drop a tiny little screw into my engine, and render this entire piece of shit project a waste. Okay, I'm going to do the other ones, not on camera. And then I'll bring the camera back on when I'm going to join them together. Also, it's lunchtime. Okay, quick interlude. Because I was moaning about not having pictures, I realised in a coronavirus haze a few days ago I was in the same issue, so I found a few, but I was really struggling to find them on forums. But one of the places I did find good pictures of the carbs in their assembled way is eBay listings. A lot of these motorcycle breakers take pictures up close, below, everything else. So I managed to find the right carbs and get hold of that. So I'm going to study those, try not to launch anything across the garage and get them reassembled, because I've just tried to do it again and it didn't work. So once they're assembled, we'll get back and talk you through some of the issues. And then I'll show you some of the other nuts and bolts that I've got to join these things together. So okay, I think we've got it. Well, I think looking at those pictures, we've got a nice spring back, and then this one itself relies on the force of these two. So I'm going to put these little things in. I spoke about these the other day. They're a bit of an eBay special. Well, they are, and they were like 12 quid for these, 15 quid for these, but they met all the dimensions and they say they're for these carbs, but I don't know, I'm not convinced they're not gonna leak though, which is, yeah. So anyway, we'll get the carbs together. This bit's a bit of a pain in the ass as well, to be honest, because you've got to get everything that joins the carbs together before you join the carbs together. It's really weird. You kind of have to, you do bits and pieces before you actually. I remember this issue before when I was doing the TT600s. I would like forget a bit, or I'd do the wrong way or something like that. Or I was actually doing the earlier carbs for this one, because there's three, they go a certain way. You've got right, left, right, middle and left. So I think I've got a better handle on that now, but this is one of the bits that needs to go in, as does, there's a bit on the back here where there's these, is it this here? There's like an air hose that goes in as well. So we're just going to make sure I've got everything correct before I start reassembling, obviously, and then we can start doing the last little bit, and fingers crossed that'll be done and we can move on to a more exciting job, and one that doesn't want me to launch these beautiful carbs across the garage. So alright, so as you can see, these bad boys are near as much done, or as much as I can get to right now. I was going to say can be asked to, but it's actually as I can get to. I've not ordered jets, so there's no point in putting the last of the float bowls on. What I have done though is assembled it with one each of these shitty little things, because I'm not unconvinced that the brass ones are going to leak. And I was going to put the other shitty brown one in here, but I didn't. I want to test. If the brass ones don't leak, then I'll strip them apart, the latter half apart, and change this one. Doesn't look too bad, but I mean you barely see it, but I know it's there, which is. Well, you know. So one of the other things I've done is, you saw me change all the bolts for cap heads. They were from AQ. size is it? Yeah, M5 by 12. Luckily, I just ordered enough. That's not really like me. I normally order too much and have enough to spare. But one thing I'm not 100% convinced about is whether or not this spring is wound too tight. However, once it's just held on by a little screw at the bottom. I'm not actually doing anything at the moment to damage this, but what I've done last time in my weird ASMR carb video linked here for these original carbs, I got them all synchronized on the bench as best as I could with like a bit of a welding rod, just to give you a little bit of opening, and then you just use these screws here. Weirdly, this was the only way I could get to make this work, because of this part here, but they're all even, so I think it's right. I'll double check with the pictures, but I'm 99% sure it's right. 99% sure it'll work anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I am so happy with these. I think they look absolutely brilliant. You can have a little look at the shots here. Let me know what you think. I've not got the information from Gus for this video, but what I will do is I'll post something separate. I'll maybe even make a blog post about it and then update this later on, just with a link to the blog post for how he went about doing this. But as a coating, I think it's going to be pretty durable, hopefully pretty fuel resistant, so that when the fuel pisses all over it and out the carbs, it doesn't just rip it off. Like, I think that's the downfall a lot of the time of people who paint their carbs, is they maybe use a paint that's not as durable. So this stuff here is meant to be pretty durable, so we shall see. But yeah, that was a bit of a mission. Something that was meant to be an hour took, well, 2.5 hours, so which is usually the case. But I'm happy they're all together, assembled properly now. If anyone does want pictures or information, wait until I've had them running, and then I'll let you know how they all go together, and I can probably do a rebuild video for you. But until then, I don't want to be putting people down the wrong path. It's not really, wouldn't really be that fair. If you want steppies onto how to do these, then I can hopefully help you, because I think they're right, but everything else we'll just hold off at the minute. So on that note, I am going to start side panel mounting. So we'll call this video done and get ready for, I'll clear space a little bit, and I'll get ready to start recording my next YouTube video. So take it easy, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, tell me it's good, tell me it's shit. Don't really care either way. Engagement's all really good. This dodgy t-shirt you're seeing is not going to be in my shop. I don't really like it. I also mounted the logo too high, which I need to sort out. But the cup is on my shop, so I think my shop should be live now. So there'll be a link below if it is. If not, then I'll just keep filling you with false promises. Until then, take it easy, guys. Catch you soon.